Street Beat.
Bourbon Street Beat.
Bourbon Street Beat.
Starring Richard Long,
In New Orleans,
Andrew Duggan,
this is the blues.
with Arlene Howell and Van Williams. Produced by Warner Brothers.
Bourbon Street Beat.
Hello?
Hello, Rex. Sybil. Sybil Dole.
Oh. Hello, Sybil.
I'm in my office at the museum. The most alarming thing has happened. The Lenore.
Oh, who's she?
You know Andre Lamartine's famous portrait of his wife?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's been stolen.
Stolen? Oh. When?
Tonight. Apparently during the Mardi Gras festivities. The night watchman called me at home when he found out that it was missing. I know it's awfully late, Rex, but could you possibly meet me here?
At the museum? Now?
Well, it would be a personal favor to me. And after all, you are a member of the board, and you know what the Lenore means to us, and what bad publicity might do.
Yeah, all right, Sybil. I'll be right over.
The night watchman said he turned his back for only a minute to look out the window at the festivities. And when he turned back, the Lenore was gone.
Anything else taken?
Not that we've discovered. We've only had it in our possession for 10 months. I hate to think what Andre Lamartine's going to say.
I thought he left New Orleans after his wife was killed.
He did. I think he's still in Paris. I have to find him and tell him. After all, we didn't own the painting. He just loaned it to us. The phone? This hour in the morning? Hello?
Madame Dole,
Yes?
if you want the portrait of the Lenore back, it'll cost you $10,000.
It's somebody who has the Lenore. A woman.
Yeah. Hello?
Mr. Randolph, I just told Madame Dole that if the museum wants the portrait back, it'll cost them $10,000.
Well, where and when?
You'll hear from me tomorrow. In the meanwhile, get the money. Cash. I'm not surprised the museum got a private investigator so quickly, having one on the board of directors, but keep the police out of it. Do you understand me? Keep the police out of it.
Who do you think it could be?
I don't know. I have a feeling she means business. Has Lenore ever been appraised?
Yes, appraised and insured for $100,000.
Well, whoever took it wants a flat 1/10 of that in cash to return it.
10,000. All right, I'll get it.
Oh, now, Sybil, why not the police and the insurance company?
Rex, you know we depend upon loans like Lenore and donations to keep this museum going. I don't want to call the police. And I don't want the insurance company to find out about it. That is, if we can settle it any other way.
Yeah, but you're coming up with $10,000. Don't you think that's carrying things a little too far?
Money doesn't mean that much to me. I'll have it in the morning.
Well, I know better than to try and win an argument with you, so...
Not even with all that charm, Rex.
I don't think we'll hear from our friend before tomorrow night. She seems to be a creature of moonlight and shadows. Night, Sue.
What do you want to make those eyes at me for, if they don't mean what they say?
Hey, let's go!
Hey, wait.
There we go. Where'd everybody go?
I gotta be careful, partner. Those bones aren't what they used to be.
Yeah, brilliant deduction. Should have used my skull instead of wearing it.
What's holding you guys up?
Mostly memories, Kenny. How you doing?
Almost got into orbit with a Dolphin Mobile.
And?
Second stage rocket failed to function when she saw her boyfriend.
Oh, Carol's a space travel.
Anyway, this Mardi Gras is a great blow. You're missing all the fun. Come on.
Well, we'll be out there just as soon as we polish up the old framework, Kenneth.
Okay. Old Martian expression.
The ghosts are gathered.
And probably without Sybil Dole's portrait.
You really think you'll hear from your phantom female this evening?
Well, the night's young, as the saying goes, and as sayings go.
Geronimo.
Cozy little planet you have here. Just dropped in from Mars and he's an expert on heavenly bodies of it.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
As you are now, so once were we. As we are now, so once you'll be.
Mr. Calhoun, you just don't eat right. And as for you, Mr. Randolph,
We pick up pocket money by posing for poison labels. What gives in Jan Absent House Tavern?
well, Joey is reigning unconfined and unrestrained, and so is Kenneth. Frankly, I've had it.
Yeah, well, if there are any important calls, don't call us.
Now, what about the portrait mappers?
Well, she can get a hold of Sybil if she can't find me. After all, I'm not the one with the 10 grand.
There's a rumor trotting around that you Earth folk are rather warm, friendly.
Looks like Space Boy's out over his antenna.
Even on Mars, there's nothing like a Ramus fizz to clear the atmosphere. Of course, there's no atmosphere on Mars, but...
Please.
Oh. You're the kind of, be friendly
If
now.
you don't.
I don't mean to rush you, old fellow, but they're warming up your flying saucer. Better hurry. May I?
Thank you.
Night's young, pal.
Yeah, looks like it.
Sorry to cut in on you and the little green man.
I'm grateful. I must always be on guard.
On guard? Why? My name's Randolph, Rex Randolph. Now, at midnight, do you unmask and turn into someone I know? Or some beautiful stranger? Or just a puff of smoke? The clock chimes and poof, you're gone.
Shall we meet at midnight and see?
Delighted?
Fine. The old Spanish fort, then. And bring the $10,000 in cash, Mr. Randolph. Mr. Randolph. You're prompt.
More prompt than you.
I was on time. I just wanted to make sure that you were alone.
Oh, yeah, I remember. You're always on guard. Just reaching for a package of cigarettes. You wouldn't want to shoot me before we transact our transactions, would you?
You have the money.
You have the picture?
The portrait will be returned when the reward is paid.
Reward or ransom?
Then you don't have the money.
Why did you come here to meet me then?
Well, let's chalk it up to intrigue. I was intrigued to see whether you negotiate in good faith.
When Sybil Dole is prepared to negotiate in good faith.
Well, now that good faith works two ways. You came here without the picture, but expecting me to have the money, which I might have conceivably handed over at gunpoint. Then where would I be? I don't know who or what you're protecting, but my interests are the museum. Any suggestions?
Midnight tomorrow night. Jackson Monument.
The stroke of midnight.
I promise.
I'm glad to know one thing. You're not a puff of smoke.
$10,000 in cash.
It certainly is. I still don't think you should do this.
Rex, I've made up my mind. But do you really think that you'll get the Lenore back?
Yes, I think I will.
I'm not so sure your veiled lady can be trusted. You know, once a thief.
I believe her.
For a sophisticated man, you're as gullible as a boy when it comes to women.
Well, that's the secret of my not too limited success.
A point. What has this mysterious, dangerous woman done to you?
Oh, made a couple of passes at me with her magic pistol, for one thing. You remember when she first called and I said that I thought she meant business? Well, after our meeting last night, I'm even more convinced. Desperate business, maybe, but business. She's in some kind of trouble other than the theft of the Lenore. I don't know what it is, but I'd like to find out.
Well, I trust I haven't engaged a go-between who turns out to be an accomplice of the thief.
You can take this back and call the police, like I want you to.
I told you I wouldn't do that.
Well, you have to let me play this by ear, Sybil. It's one of those cases.
Of course, Rex. I'm sorry.
You either have your portrait or your money back tomorrow.
Monsieur Lemon.
Hello, Madame Dole.
What a pleasant surprise. I thought you were still in Paris. Won't you sit down?
Paris has become a little beyond my pocketbook. I've been in my hometown of Quebec for the past few months.
Quebec. Well, what brings you to New Orleans?
For one thing, Mardi Gras. It's a magnet. I can't stay away. For another, the Lenore brings me. I need money desperately. I'm going to sell the portrait.
Sell the Lenore?
I couldn't have a year ago. But now, where is the portrait? I didn't see it, even under the tarpaulin.
Well, there's no use deceiving you, monsieur, to gain time. It's gone.
Gone? Where?
It's been stolen.
How?
We don't know.
When?
The night before last. A contact has been made with the thief. We're trying to do everything we can to get it back.
We? Who is we? Not the police. You know how I feel about publicity. I won't have the privacy or dignity of my wife's memories disturbed by photographs of limelight. I had only a dim talent at best, which needed to be breathed upon to live. She was that breath.
Your talent is greater than you think, monsieur. There'll be other portraits.
No, not another Lenore. Now, about this contact with the thief.
There's been a phone call and a meeting.
Now, you haven't hired detectives.
A member of the museum board has agreed to represent us. And he assured me only a few minutes ago that the portrait will be here by tonight.
Very well. As soon as it is, let me know. I'm staying at the Clariton. And then perhaps we can discuss selling it.
Madame.
Lenore Lamartine's death was a tragic accident, Cal. The plane was bound for Havana, but went down in the Gulf of Mexico. Only a handful were rescued.
Let's just hold it till after dinner, huh?
Andre Lamartine was picked up by a fishing boat, but they never did find his wife's body. So he wound up his affairs here in New Orleans, then loaned his prized portrait to the museum and left town.
Look, this dessert is much too delicate for such gory details.
Oh, Mr. Randolph.
Sybil, what a welcome surprise.
Well, I'm glad to find you here, Rex.
And found as you have, Mr. Calhoun, Miss Dole.
Miss Dole?
Sit down.
Would you care for one of these, Mr. Dole? Very good.
No, thank you.
How about a liqueur?
Brandy.
Brandy, please.
And bring me another one of these.
Rex, there's something you ought to know. Andre Lamartine's back in town.
He is? Well, you said he was in Paris.
I was wrong. He's been living in Quebec. He's down here for Mardi Gras and to retrieve his painting. And he's furious that we can't find it.
Well, I'm not surprised.
There's another thing you ought to know. He doesn't know that you're in on the case. That is a special investigator. I told him that my go-between was a member of the museum's board.
Well, the truth comes in handy sometimes, doesn't it, Sybil? When did he get here to New Orleans?
He didn't say, but he's staying at the Clariton.
The Clariton?
Well, it's a little out-of-the-way arty hotel.
I can remember some small, arty, out-of-the-way times I used to have at the Clariton.
Well,
I think it's a perfect place for Andre Lamartine. He's a strange man, full of mood and shadows, and he also said he was a little pressed for money. That's why he wants his painting, so he can sell it.
Doesn't it impress you as kind of odd that he should make an appearance on the scene just as his painting disappeared?
Are you implying that he might have stolen the Lenore for what it was worth?
Well, if he's out of money, it might be a good way of eating his cake and having it, too.
Well, you ought to know about that.
I can't believe it, though, but the timing's interesting. And the portrait's gone, we know that.
Well, maybe my rendezvous tonight will change things.
Well, I hope so. Where is it?
Jackson Square, midnight.
You know, I think he's intrigued with these secret trysts with the veiled stranger.
Intrigued? Eager.
Well, a psychiatrist could make an interesting analysis of that.
I think he could make
sort of a Freudian slipcover.
He could probably do a more interesting analysis than just my doodling. We have a veiled lady whose motives are more veiled than her face, a man who wants to keep his dead wife alive on canvas, Mardi Gras, and Jackson Square at midnight. It's plenty of material for a first-rate mystery novelist. Well...
Late again, Mr. Randolph. And I'm sorry again. But a woman playing a man's game can't be too careful. I'm not very good at tricks or deception.
Not very good at it. If you were any better, you'd get the Nobel Prize for intrigue.
You have the money.
Whereas it's obvious you do not have the picture.
Oh, I haven't. But not here.
May I ask where?
Just a short drive. In the bayou country. Shall we?
After you. Why the gun? After all, this is strictly a business deal. I get the picture, you get the money.
I know Madame Dole hired you. You're a detective.
Investigator.
Regardless of the word. I just can't take any chances.
Now, I wonder which of us is taking the chance, Mrs. Lamartine.
It would be so simple if I were Lenore Lamartine, but I'm not. She's dead. She died a year ago in a plane crash in the Gulf of Mexico, and the door is unlocked, Mr. Randolph.
Now, what would you say to a little light?
There's no electricity. I'm afraid you'll have to do with moonlight.
I meant on the subject.
The money in the briefcase?
Yes, of course. $10,000, all in 10s and 20s, used, unmarked, serial numbers at random, and unrecorded.
I wouldn't have thought of all that. Why did you, Mr. Randolph?
Just playing the game. To get the portrait back from the museum.
You're sure that's all?
Well, this whole thing's right out of the swashbucklers I used to read when I was a kid. Stolen portrait, decaying mansion deep in the bayou, mysterious veiled lady. Even a mundane private investigator would allow himself the occasional luxury of...
Flight of fancy.
Flight of fancy.
A child's dream, Mr. Randolph. Child's dream. Long, long ago. The river's very lovely tonight.
That's one of the main functions of the Mississippi.
Of all rivers. The Seine, the Danube, the Volga. Distant names. Distant times. All dead.
The picture?
Astonishing. Even the moonlight doesn't wash her color away. Lenore lives.
Only in moonlight and only on canvas, Mr. Randolph. Be careful. Roll it flat so that you don't break the paint.
I'll be careful.
It's really not old enough anyway for the paint to break.
I'd like my briefcase.
Of course. Apologize to the museum for me. And to Sybil Dole. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble.
No further explanation.
No further explanation.
You going back to town with me?
I think you can find your way without me, Mr. Randolph. The deal's been completed. You've got the Lenore. That's what you came for, isn't it?
It was. But it's after midnight now. Don't you think it's time we met a little less formally? I mean without the veil.
Please go. Please.
All right. I was still in my car, but I was right back here in Jackson Square. If it weren't for this nice bump on my head and that card, the whole thing could have been a dream. Thanks, old buddy.
Alex DeWitt, commercial photographer, 3149 Frontier Avenue.
That was clipped to the back of the portrait. Could mean something, maybe not, though.
Hello?
Rex? Sybil.
Well, this is Cal Calhoun. Sybil.
Tell her I'm not here.
He hasn't come in yet.
Well, when he comes in, would you give him a message? Tell him that I just had a phone call, actually only a minute ago, from a man who says he has the Lenore. And he'll return it to me for $25,000.
You betcha I will. I'll tell him as soon as he comes in. Well, my scoutmaster wouldn't like that.
What'd she say?
She says some guy just talked to her. He has the portrait. Wants $25,000 for it.
Uh-huh. So she's up the ante.
No, someone called her.
No, I don't mean Sybil Dole. But I do mean this double cross isn't going to work. I think it's time for a little chat with, what's his name?
Alex DeWitt, commercial photographer.
Before Sybil Dole finds out she's not only lost her pretty little picture, but the $10,000 she entrusted to me. And she and Monsieur Lamartine changed their mind about calling the police.
Good afternoon.
My name's Randolph, Mr. DeWitt, private investigator. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
And, if I did?
Well, I'm much more pleasant than the police.
Ask your questions.
Is this your card?
Yes, it's my business card. Why?
Well, I found it last night under rather curious circumstances, attached to a very valuable portrait.
Where'd you see this portrait?
Well, now, that's the curious part. In an old deserted plantation off the river road about halfway between here and Pelican Point. You didn't happen to be around that part of the country last night, did you, Mr. DeWitt?
I don't know what you're talking about. I worked here last night, late.
All night?
I live here in the office.
Didn't go out at all?
For a bite to eat about midnight, I came right back.
I resent this, the implications and the intrusion.
You ever heard of Andre Lamartine's famous portrait of his wife, Lenore?
No. Was that the portrait?
Yes. It was stolen from the museum last week.
Stolen?
Stolen. It's my job to get it back. Now, I had my hands on it for about 5 minutes at that plantation last night before someone slugged me and then Lenore was gone again.
And, obviously you think I might have slugged you and taken the portrait.
Crossed my mind.
Is this your Lenore?
Yes.
Yesterday morning, a woman came in with a canvas. She asked me to photograph it at once.
What'd she look like?
She wore a veil. She offered me $100 for the photograph, so I made them. I developed them while she waited. Kept just this one for my files. I had no idea it was Lamartine's famous Lenore. I'd never seen it before. I clipped my card to the portrait. Just plugging my genius.
Did she leave a phone number or an address or any way you could get in touch with her?
A business name. Sally's Subscription Service. Magazines, I believe. Here's the phone number, no address.
Keniston Exchange Commercial. One more question, DeWitt. You ever heard of Anatole Lambros?
The Greek ship owner? Sure. Everybody's heard of him. He's that fellow with the fabulous art collection.
Who doesn't care how he collects, doesn't care what he pays, and doesn't ask any questions.
Look, Randolph, I've told you my story. All of it. Now, you may not believe it, but it's the truth.
Well, let's hope so.
Yes?
Sally's Subscription Service?
Yes.
Can you tell me where you're located, please?
Who's calling?
This is the Consumers Bureau. We're bringing our files up to date.
Well, I work out of my home. This isn't a business office, really. It's just a business exchange.
Oh, but you must have an address.
I prefer not giving it out, thank you.
She sound like she's talking through a veil.
She sounded like I was talking through my hat.
Well, Sally and my woman of mystery are the same voice. I just wonder how many other people she may be. Where did Sybil Dole say Lamartine was staying?
At Clariton.
First to stop at the telephone company to check on this business exchange.
Do you think they'll give you the address?
I think I already know the address. I just want to double check. Then I'll drop in on Lamartine while you pay a visit to the Gallimore Street Wharf.
Gallimore Street Wharf?
Star of Xerxes is tied up there, owned by Anatole Lambros, billionaire shipping magnate and art collector.
Well, I hate to admit it, partner, but I seem to be lagging behind. Just what does Anatole Lambros and his yacht have to do with the rest of this caper?
Well, it may just be a wild guess, but I think it might be very interesting to see who goes up the gangplank of that floating treasure chest today or tonight.
Gee, Mr. Randolph, working here is better than a good, scary suspense novel.
Well, we aim to tease, sugar.
I appreciate you coming to see me, Mr. Randolph. In turn, you must understand how I feel about my late wife and her portrait. What little was left me after the accident is on that canvas.
Have you ever thought that your wife might still be alive?
Of course not.
From what I remember of the accident, you were picked up by a trawler.
Yes. The last I remember of Lenore, she was standing in the plane's aisle, chatting with the stewardess. There was a blinding flash. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the bottom of the trawler. There were only 5 survivors, Mr. Randolph. Lenore wasn't one of them. So, if
Monsieur
that's...
Lamartine. 1 minute of your time, please.
What are you doing here, Mr. Randolph?
Well, let's say my mission wasn't accomplished last night.
You got the Lenore, didn't you?
Well, let's say you got the money and I had the Lenore in my hot little hand for about 5 minutes.
What happened to it?
You don't know that your devoted accomplice was waiting outside to slug me over the head to get the picture back.
I have no accomplice.
So you took the picture from the museum, alone, all by yourself,
Yes.
for $10,000. Why?
Why? Why don't you leave me alone? It's not my fault that the picture was stolen again. Why did you have to come back here?
Well, I'm an average man. Inquisitive. When I start something, I like to finish it. So I ask questions. I found out this place used to be called Picardy. The home of Andre Lamartine before his wife was killed.
So what? I've rented a room here.
The home of Sally's subscription service?
I don't want to kill you, Mr. Randolph, but I may have to.
Oh, no. No, Mrs. Lamartine.
I told you before, I'm not Lenore. Lenore Lamartine is dead!
Yes, I know the story. Supposedly lost at sea when her plane went down. But Lenore wasn't only a great beauty, she was a fine athlete. A strong swimmer.
If I prove to you that Lenore is dead, you'll never forget it, Mr. Randolph. Do you want proof?
Yes.
Is this Lenore Lamartine? Is this the face that Andre Lamartine worshipped as he worshipped all beauty? No, Mr. Randolph. It's only a horror. To be forgotten forever. Lenore is dead. She died in a fiery explosion. On an oil slick in the Caribbean. Me? Call me Sally. Or any other name you want. A faceless, anonymous something that sits at a desk all day in a hidden room, calling telephone numbers, selling magazine subscriptions. News magazines, sports magazines, comic magazines, funny, even magazines about beautiful women. Well, there's one thing left, though. This Mardi Gras, where for a few precious hours, I can put on a mask and go out with the living. Mardi Gras, where a young man named Andre met a very young girl named
Lenore.
No, Andre, no.
Yes, Lenore. There must be no more running away from me, from life. Mr. Randolph and I have had a long talk, my darling. And I believe we know the truth. You wanted the money to have a plastic surgeon. Was that it? And needed the portrait to have a photograph of you as you...
As Lenore was, but not me.
Yes, Lenore. You don't think a man who's loved you as I have loved you has looked only at the surface and no further? Do you? No. I know your inner beauty. The beauty beneath. The tissue, this clay.
You shouldn't have found me, Andre. You never should have found me.
You don't know what losing you meant to me. The desperate need, the longing. I never lost hope. We were not meant to be apart. With the help of a surgeon and our love, we'll build a new, a living portrait.
Calhoun.
This fellow Lambrose is quite a guy. But I don't think he'd be as anxious to see you or the Lenore since we had a little chat together.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My car's over there. Why don't we run down to police headquarters and I can explain further. We'll call Rex. I think he'd want to join us. I hope you don't make it necessary, but I'm only on a leave of absence from the police force. I can arrest you right now. Short gangplank, isn't it? But your deal with Anatole Lambrose is a long way off, Sybil. Shall we?
I don't want to appear too stupid, but who was the person behind the pig's mask?
Sybil.
Sybil?
Sybil. She found out how, when, and where I was making my contact with Lenore Lamartine and did a neat job of following me. Of course, I had my worthy partner to blame for that.
Hey, I was just looking for you.
Me?
Yeah, well, you found her.
Guess what? I have all the qualifications for a moonshot except one.
What's that? You can't speak moon language?
No, I'm not married.
You're not married.
Didn't you know?
Well, what has not being married got to do with going to the moon?
Guess they figure a man's got to hold up under any conditions.
Kenneth, you really shouldn't talk like that about anything so sacred as marriage.
What did you mean it was my fault about Sybil?
By giving her the idea of moving in on the caper.
I did?
Yeah. When you so deftly pointed out that Andre Lamartine might be doing the same thing.
Oh. Jen.
Bourbon Street Beat. Bourbon Street Beat. There is a throb and a wail and a sob in the beat. On Bourbon Street Beat. Bourbon Street Beat. The heartthrob you find when you're peeking behind the scenes. In New Orleans, this is your theme. The music for a man who clings to a dream. A faded dream that's come a part of the scene. This is the blues. Bourbon Street Beat. Bourbon Street Beat. Yesterday's sorrow and hope for tomorrow all meet to the beat